did your insurance cover it? Can I ask?
Well, they're coming out on Monday,
Okay.
and I mean, I'll never be whole from this. That's
Right.
for sure. They'll probably kick in some, but every car's got a deductible.
Okay.
You know, it's not just one, and then I'll never be able to get insurance again. Like once you have a catastrophic claim like this, that's it. You're done. Especially in the car business, used car business.
That's a good point.
There's only like 3 or 4 insurance companies that still even cover used car dealers, and so after you have something like this, good luck getting insurance again.
I never thought of that angle.
Yeah, I didn't think of that either.
Wow. So what's the deductible on
Every
each
car
car?
deductible is $1,000 on each car.
How many cars would you say were damaged?
62.
62.
So you're instantly right there. Oh, it's $62,000.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Well, I have a $50,000 limit on what I pay out.
Oh, okay.
So,
Right.
but still, $50,000 is my responsibility.
Okay.
Could you describe, I mean, what it took to start this business and what it means to you? And
This is all I've ever done. Like my dad had a lot, and I've always wanted my lot. Like I just love cars. I love the car business, and we just bought this building 6 months ago. Moved over from this small building which I started with. We were there for 8 years. So, like, just especially being in here only 6 months, it's just like, man. But yeah, I mean.
so it was your whole life's dream.
This is all I've ever done. And this is where I wanted to be at this point in my life.
So your father, you said, ran a car dealership in Kenosha?
In Burlington, Wisconsin.
Oh, in Burlington. So you grew up in a scene like this.
I was
This
born in
is-
Burlington. Yeah.
You were born, okay. And can you describe what happened that night?
Chaos. I mean, everyone was up at the park, like up there, like protesting, and then the police tear gassed everybody, and which I don't think was a great idea at all, because all that did was flush everybody over here to the businesses. So all these people flood us, and after being tear gassed and pepper sprayed and all that, so now they're already agitated, and so now it's the cops stayed back there. They just let them come all the way up here, and they didn't stop them, and they ran through, and everywhere they ran through, they messed up.
So we noticed that too the night we were here, and the night of the shooting we noticed they did the same thing, that they pushed them out of the park.
Yep, which I don't understand why they can't be in the park. I mean, there's nothing to wreck in the park.
At least in the park, they can congregate. Be
Right?
mad at the cops
Right.
there instead of pushing
And
them
it's
to
a
the
public
buses.
park. If they're going to be somewhere, that's where they should be, not destroying businesses. And
Right.
it seems to me if the police officers wouldn't have forced them this way, this never would have happened. They would have stayed in the park.
So you don't feel that the government response protected your business?
Oh my God. I think Kenosha Police Department is completely responsible for everything that has happened. Like, the destruction of all this is their fault, the handling of everything. The Kenosha Police Department has had problems for a long time. This isn't the first time, going all the way back to Bell. Do you guys know about Bell?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so they've had issues, and I don't want to say anything too bad because I live here.
Right.
But they need to clean up the Kenosha Police Department.
Has anyone from the city reached out to you?
Not a person from the city has extended a hand, except for ATF agents, but they're federal. Only federal agents, and since the federal agents got here, I've talked to 10.
Wow.
Before that, none.
What have
Nobody.
they said to you, or what was
They
some of the communication?
burning my videos for them, so they can look at videotape. I mean, they're gonna get everybody. We got everyone's face. That
Oh, you
torch.
did?
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you had surveillance video.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, like those cameras. I got the guys lighting the furniture place.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, they came over here. They're gonna light us. The same group was gonna light us up. We were inside. We chased them off, and then they went that way.
Can you describe? Oh.
Can you describe
read
these
my
guys?
mind.
Yeah.
They all had masks on. 4 individuals, young black males.
Okay. So there were 4 of them that
There's
were.
4 all together in a group. Yeah.
And what were they using to start the fires, or how were they doing it?
It looked like over there they had a Roman candle, and in the video, the one gentleman has his arm completely stiff the whole time, like he doesn't want to move his arm. And
Oh.
Roman candles can be quite long, and so we think he had them in his jacket because he's got this big parka on. It's 85 degrees that night. But yeah, we watched them because I zoomed in and we watched them light it up, and they just threw it in the furniture place, and then from there they directly came over here.
And then did they burn the probation and parole
I'm not
office?
sure because I didn't have cameras on that,
Okay.
but I do know that right after they set that, they came right here. They busted down the front door. They kicked in the front office. We were in the back here. As soon as they made entry, we made them aware that we were here, and then they left pretty fast.
How frightening.
Very frightening.
Were you armed?
Yes.
So you were protecting your own business because the
'Cause
police
I had
weren't.
to.
The police weren't.
The police watched it happen. They had squads going up and down the road. they saw it going on. I called the police. I called the fire department.
Why do you think they were doing nothing? It just seems.
That's a great
Shocking.
question. I think that's a question for the chief of police.
They will ask.
Yeah.
Like, so you were left with no choice
No
but
choice.
to
And
defend
that's
yourself.
horrible. And so then the next night we left after they charged the one individual with the murders.
Oh, right.
Because we weren't. I don't want that either. And like so much misinformation is getting out about that group too. They were hired by the car lot to protect the car lot that got torched, because he owns 2 car lots, and the first one got torched the first night, a total loss.
Is that Car Source?
Yeah, that's Car Source.
Okay.
So these were hired protection, which happens all over the country all the time when there's natural disasters and hurricanes. Like, wealthy people hire people to protect their stuff.
So you don't agree with the media calling them
Vigilantes?
armed vigilantes?
No, not at all. A vigilante is someone that takes the matters into their own hand and chases down people like that they think have wronged people. He was being chased. They surrounded the kid. He had no choice.
So Kyle was hired?
Kyle
Is
was
that your
hired.
understanding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see him at all that day?
Yeah, I saw him that
What
day.
was he doing?
In the morning, he was cleaning graffiti off the bridges.
You saw him doing
Yeah.
it with the green shirt and all that.
Yeah, they were over here. They were walking up and down.
So they weren't doing anything
Not at all.
in the day
You
negative.
would consider them he was being peaceful?
They didn't even have
helpful?
their guns on him at during the day.
Oh.
Interesting.
That was only at night. And
Do you have any idea where he got they got their guns from?
oh, I have no idea. I'm sure it's not hard to buy a gun.
Yeah. So what? Do you know anything about what unfolded with the shooting and the sequence of events?
Yeah, I know he was at the Car Source second location, and 3 or 4 guys started to close in on him, and he was in between all these cars, and he warned them, and he shot the one gentleman.